Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off souls by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh, that's the real name of whom the world ignorantly calls God Jehovah. Yahweh, his real name is Yahweh, and his son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba meaning in, Her meaning the, and Sham meaning name. So Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Now, this is a real quick one. This is YouTube says to reduce targeted dislike attacks and their impact on creators, especially in smaller creators, you'll no longer see a public dislike count on YouTube starting today. The dislike button is staying, right? And I've seen different commentators speak on this, just in comments and whatever, what have you. And it's very much a thing about controlling, the way I see it, about controlling narrative, controlling people's thoughts and ideas, because it's nothing to do against, against reducing attacks or the mental health impact on the creators themselves, because it's just not public. It is just hidden and only they can see it, right? But now if you imagine this, like all over this particular pestilence, right, if you will, one of the things that Arkham have been doing, let's say there was a news conference, or someone was basically speaking about XYZ, right, regarding this pestilence, brothers will be like, hey man, look how many, look at all of the dislikes on this. Why? Because he likes to paint a narrative that everyone is on board with what he's saying. However, you can still have what do you call it? You still have Salak. Let me lost my train of thought, Salak. But basically, Esau likes to push the idea that everyone's on board with his ideologies and things that he's pushing. However, if you have, a way and an easy way of being able to see that actually most people are against this idea by way, for example, of a dislike button, like you might see a video of like 1,000 likes and 10,000 dislikes. Immediately, you're like, oh shit, people really ain't down with this, right? But this is just another way for Esau to just control the narrative more and more. Make it seem like people aren't really down, or make it seem like people that are, as if people are with a certain agenda that he's trying to push, right? And this goes back into this man's wisdom, because when you really think about it, it's sort of like, you're talking about harassment and this, that, and the other. What's more harassing, a downvote or someone having to take the time to just be like, yo, this is some old BS, if you will, right? So it's got nothing to do with mental health or whatever nonsense they try to say that it is. Can we see money? Um, anything there, right? This way we can reduce hate in the world. And this, you get foolish people like that ain't, that just ain't with it, man. Right. So Ezekiel 28:3, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Right. And I bring this one because it's very much a thing of Esau and his wisdom, Esau and his psychology, and the way that he understands how man thinks. He understands that man is all about following a multitude, right? Groupthink, if you will, right? And the scriptures talk against that. All right, this is Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in the cause of decline after many to wrest judgment. So we're not supposed to be following multitudes, but that's just how this world is wired. This world is very much wired to just do what everyone else is doing. Sirach 7:16, number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that wrath will not tarry long. Right. So I was going into that sort of stuff there, but like I said, this is just the wisdom that Esau has, right? You think something so small would be you'd think something so small would just be a small business decision, but this will actually have an impact, Okay. Just like how E pushes out it over here in the UK, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but E pushes out here in the UK that most people have taken the juice, right? So then what happens? You start feeling like, oh man, I'm the only one who hasn't taken it. Then you start feeling pressure because you start feeling like, well, everyone else is doing it, so I might as well do it. Okay. But if you haven't got that, that soundboard to be able to say, actually, nah, a lot of people ain't down with this, right? Then you're just gonna fall by the way, right? So that's the real reason why they've removed this dislike button, man. Nothing at all to do with mental health, right? But once again, just even on this, in terms of us, right? We and basically just that group think mindset, right? That basically Esau's pushing with this change, right? He's just furthering that group think, right? Hey, for us, we're supposed to really be on a thing of just believing what we believe without any external factors influencing our beliefs, right? And really, we all know that anyway. So I was gonna get a preset with where basically you said I've preserved 7,000 men, which is representative, basically a complete number, right, of men that will basically would not bow down the knee to Baal. And that's where we are, man, right? So hopefully I haven't been all over the place, but the point I was trying to hit here is very much this thing of groupthink and how E has basically taken this understanding and ideology to basically be able to further his own agendas, right, by something as small and as simple as a little like/dislike button, right? Which just goes through the the level of intelligence that this devil is is working with. Okay, so those what I was edifying. To the next time I say shalom.